So for me, my career's come to the point where, unfortunately, I'm an outcast of North America. Apparently, I have to fly all the way to Europe to cast North American games now. But it's not that late because I'm still jet lagged. For all of you lot that are still up, the good news is we might get through this night a lot quicker than we expected with these scores.
That's the one saving grace from this whole season so far. Like, I think for us as well, 5 in the morning right now, right? But
I think so, yeah. We're definitely past 4 at this point. 14, there it is right there. Look, we're not quite at 5.
I'm still feeling good, though. I think the nap we had earlier, not together.
I'm fine.
It was good.
Like, it's like mid-afternoon. I'm at the golf course. I don't even. This is all bullshit. It's like 12:18 where I live, and I'm not a golfer. So that's a blatant lie. But the good news is the jet lag is working in my favor for a change. Game 2 coming up. It is going to be on Inferno method 16-0 on Overpass. The writing potentially on the wall when we go into this Inferno matchup. Now, they also, let's keep in mind, have the advantage of starting CT side.
Yeah,
this is like the exact same series in reverse that we just saw with 3-7.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy now. The best team on the server starting on the CT side after just winning 16-0. Yeah, you really do have to favour Method for this one. If they get the pistol and get rolling again, that's going to be the GG for me. I think it's all going to come down to the pistol. If DOISE can somehow find any sort of momentum, I mean anybody's winning the pistol, even if they lose the round after that, at least they can make things interesting with some force buys and maybe keep it back and forth instead of just getting completely rolled like they did that round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, we've been saying that all night, though. Like, if we can manage to pick up a pistol in the first gun, maybe build up an economy early, stay efficient on those anti-ecos, yada, yada, yada. We haven't seen... We saw one pistol, which was one. And that was the first game with 3-7 American Misfits. They actually picked up the second pistol, which is why we didn't hit that 16-0. Because that was 15-0.
So they clawed back a little bit. And,
right, but I mean, at that point, it's too little too late, right? So
absolutely.
we never got to see that theory materialize. So it'd be interesting to see if something could happen, if the underdog here could, DOISE in this case, pick up an early pistol. But I don't know. I'm actually, let's cheer for that. Let's put all the eggs in one basket and go for that.
Well,
come on, DOISE.
Just win a pistol.
Uno, dos, tres. Is that? Yeah, that's got to be correct.
Yeah, that works.
Sure.
Well, yeah, they're going to be on the T side. This is their pick. Potentially before, we're talking about the underdogs having the advantage of the known teams. Like they can't, Method can't prepare for them whatsoever. But I think in this scenario, I think I have to agree with your point that it doesn't really matter at this sort of stage in the game. What can you prepare for when you're not actually making frags anywhere on the map whatsoever? That was a main problem for DOISE going into that last map. They didn't actually lock down the crossfires whatsoever. They weren't playing as a team enough. The individual gameplay wasn't there. The executions we didn't even get to see because they got 16-0'd. But yeah, this could be something, a little bit of change of pace for them perhaps. But yeah, ultimately I think this is going to go one way. It looks like we're actually just about ready to go live. You're going to have Method on the CT side, DOISE on the T side. This is 1-0 in favour of Method after winning 16-0 on Overpass. So here we go then. The first round's underway. Let's have a quick look at the Bizer. We can see it's going to be a pretty standard round. It looks like we can see one utility player kicking things off. Armor coming in for one player, 2 players.
Let's see if they're going to pick up at least one kid on the CT side, or if they go aggressive and just look for kills after how much confidence they had in the first. Yeah, there you go. No kit. This is just simply we can shut them down. We know we did last game. We'll do it again this game.
5 armor for them.
No nades, but it may not matter. Mainline's going to push toward Banana first, and they're going to actually pitch. This is perfect. Method's already down middle, so they're trapped. Never mind map control. It's a sheer fight because it's going to be Silent, who's just stabbing them in the back. Turn around. Turn around because you're literally going to get stabbed in the back. Silent's already there. He may not have gotten any of those kills. Ely actually picked them up. But Silent, man, oh man.
Oh dear.
And let's not forget, he closed the last match with a knife.
That was kind of painful to watch. I know what they're trying to do. They thought, okay, we've got a decent spawn here. Let's hit the Russian B. Let's get him fast. But Method caught that straight away, got that pincer moving. And you can see these opening frags from mainline as well. They're fantastic stuff from him. That's the problem with a rush, right? When you're rushing as the terrorist, if the CT makes that first headshot, it's very difficult to get back into it. It shuts it down completely. And that makes that tactic almost invulnerable.
Mainline just trolling his teammate, not allowing Lakataz. Nice shot. Ely caught by that, but Strubber's already pushed inside of middle. And Justin now inside. Banana will also take down Teddy. And the rest of them a little bit confused as to where to go from here. In fact, just going to wait by Mona Lisa. Inside that kitchen, Mainline throwing every gun around just to see if he can bait anything out. But so far, no one budging. Let's go Gladiator. One at a time here, boys.
Yeah. This is really weird. Why are the terrorists playing defensively? They're just trying to save their armor right now.
Oh, wow. Mainline. Well, they still trapped them on either side, so there's no escape yet. It's not like they've completely given it up. Justin's got an M4. He's going to be a little bit careful because he's been knocked down to 29. Finally does hit that shot on 0. And Gavin, I think you need to dig that tunnel a little bit deeper if you're going to hide there.
Yeah, he's got He has got the bomb. He's got armor, but he will be completely shot down. A shotgun straight to the jugular will take him down, and that's going to be a weird round for the CTs. Like we saw someone there with SMG at T-spawn at the start of the round. Really kind of
just to highlight too, we did see that cool feature you're going to see throughout the season. The replay as the action was still happening, just that shot from on top of the bookcase. So lots of cool features we're going to have.
A lot of production value going on here. Right, so far, CT's showing no mercy whatsoever, pushing all over the map, and it looks like they're going to do that again. Terrorists got nothing to play with, full Glock round for them. They're going to be pushing Banana. The CT's coming to hunt them like wolves.
Oh, good nade. That puts out a ton of damage. And that's going to pretty much make it easy when the M4 comes around the corner as Method completely annihilate the terrorists. But the guns will come out now. We'll see if they can get a response because now they're a little bit more weaponry. 2 AKs, 3 AKs, 5 AKs. No surprise. Was a chance to see if Haku wanted to go toward that aggressive op. I think he was at 50, or 48 rather. It would have been glass cannon. Yeah. Could be wrong when I actually saw that around start, but option was there. Look at that. I mean, that's the opposing angle, right? That's the other side of that. They already had them pinched inside Banana again.
The CTs have got a shotgun and MP7 here. I'm surprised they didn't go for another aggressive play. They're going to play it a little bit far back, maybe go some flash push. You can see the CTs getting the Banana control early on, but this is a very passive setup, and there should be some action here now.
It's the main line. Look at the shotgun. He has to be careful because as he peeks for the guy at tree, which he knows he's there, Zero actually comes out. So that was the best possible scenario for Zero to peek exactly when he did. Teddy not even able to land a shot. Initially onto Justin, and the flash for Gavin. He was in a good position until that came through because Strubber hadn't backed his way entirely through that smoke yet, so now it turns. The fortunes have changed, and it's 1 HP for Zero.
Down he goes. Touchdown grenade, lands onto Zero. 4-0 there, but this is hard to watch. This is exactly what happened before in the first game. As soon as the CTs get comfortable, they can push almost everywhere, and it's almost impossible for DOISE to lock them down. They don't have the skilled players to actually shut the pushes down, and we saw the CTs get the Banana control. They saw there was no contention there whatsoever. They pushed their way down. Even with a shotgun, they're winning those duels somehow. And it's going to force now onto a PT-50 and Deagle round. No utility. A couple of flashbangs. You'd assume something very quick, maybe towards the apartments, or go straight up mid. The CTs yet again pushed down.
Strubber's pushed down, but the issue is that they've also pushed up alt. So it's easy to catch them because otherwise they might have had an easier entrance, or potential entrance, I should say, as nothing is definitely guaranteed right now for DOISE. Onto the A site. Instead, it's going to be another flawless victory. 5. Now we continue on, making it 19-0 total.
So this is the point where DOISE need to work out, why are we getting pushed so much? Why are we allowing this to happen? Why are we not shutting it down? I was about to say the best thing they can do is get the AWP out, and that's exactly what they've done. Zero's picked that up. We know he can be quite handy with it. If he can just hold the T-steps and utilize it properly and stop the CT oppression coming down, maybe that's when they can get the opening pick and stop this force coming from the CTs that's been here every single round for so, including the pistol. So this is it. This is where it gets interesting. They've responded. Let's see how this one goes down.
And Method again, though, mainline, he's already pushed up. He's already caught Gavin because Gavin peeks toward Banana. They're already there. Again, just utilities able to dominate this map control, giving absolutely no breathing room. But, ooh, it is going to turn back as they sit back. So Team Liquid approach. Never mind. You can push us all you want. We know you're coming. They set it up and they overextend. Method perhaps getting a little bit too complacent. And now we'll see if Ely can keep the shutout intact. And hopefully they read this correctly because they have the bomb coming back down. But there it is. Doesn't even matter. Lakataz. Hat-trick's gone, monkey off the back. I think they should just call it quits now, right? Victory, moral victory.
This is what I was talking about with DOISE, right? As soon as they know they're getting pushed every single time, that's what they had to do. You can see Zero here, got in a good position, held it back. It considered almost a little bit cheesy to stay that far back as a terrorist team, but when you're...
I love the chat. That's what winning around feels like.
God, that is true, actually. That's like the first and 20 they won, right? Yeah. Pretty interesting for them, but the CT look like they're going to continue their aggression here. You can see the all getting picked up, and they will pick up the first frag onto Gavin.
It continues. Oh, Silent hits mainline with his op shot. Whether intentional or not, Smoke to kill the flames, tries to push through for that no-scope. Doesn't necessarily work out, but Ely responding, taking down Teddy. Very low HP for Ely, though. 1 until his life was taken by Haku. Justin, though, responds with the Pokeball. And Zero looking in the smoke, finding Strubber in no man's land. Little did he know he had arrived at such a location. All the while, the mainline push down toward T-spawn. But does Justin know he's crossed? I don't think he does. Mainline hasn't made this call because he wasn't in a position yet. Now Zero's going to turn back and give it all away, though. That's the unfortunate part. He doesn't have the bomb. So eventually he's got to go back in that direction. But he had a chance to potentially hunt down Justin without him knowing exactly which angle he was going to come from.
Yeah, so Zero now, bomb down, has to work at what he can do here. It's going to be very difficult. He's got no real vision of the CT. He's not really going to work it down. CT's playing this very well. For once, they're not forcing the issue. They're actually waiting for him to come, and there it is. They played that really well. From the beginning of the round, they went for very hard aggression, made it so it was difficult for the T's to actually get it back into the round. But when it comes down to a 2-on-1 situation, they turned on the real CS mode and made sure they played together, got the crossfire set up, knew where the bomb was, and they made it almost impossible for him to get into it. So that's a perfect round for them. After winning one round, DOISE now his money is reset completely. You can see they have to do the 4 spies. Tech9's come in.
Oh.
And
okay, never mind. I heard the knife because our spectator was still in the CT model as we were in the camera, but it looked like the T's knifed each other. They actually didn't. False alarm.
But here we go. 3 sniper rifles for the CTs now. It's going to be very difficult to hold this one. An auto sniper and 2 AWPs against 5 pistols. You have to kind of favor the CTs in the situation, but if they can utilize their Tech9s properly, maybe they can get into this one.
I love Silent. He gets the first kill, and now he's in the corner. Also knows that his teammates are at the bottom of Banana, so he doesn't have to worry about both angles. He can just focus on hitting these shots aggressively, but the fire will push him further down middle, which weakens up the A. If they're aware of this, they could actually rush for it, but the pistols aren't going to be enough. Haku's taken Justin. That's all they've got out of all of this.
Oh, there's some crazy stuff going on. I think Gavin's actually got the auto sniper in the pit now. It looks like they're actually going to answer back and find some sort of frags here. All of a sudden, this round becomes competitive.
And the nade, this might actually close it off. The nade does. Gavin lands a touchdown. And the first round, you could say Method threw it away. That one was actually well contested. They did push in on the A once they realized there was 3 toward middle, and
I don't know, when you've got 3 sniper rifles on the CT side, like you have to take it with a little bit of pinch of salt there, but interesting round nonetheless. It was pretty good for them to get back into it. We saw some crazy moments on the apartments, no scope, auto snipers going down, and yeah, the touchdown grenade to finish it off as well. But now you can see the CTs are actually on eco, and they're going to be kicking themselves a little bit. Like they probably shouldn't be losing that round, and maybe should start putting on. Like where they get 3 rounds on the board, that may be enough to start getting back into the series.
I love how it's actually forced an eco, yeah. I mean, this is what we're talking about, right? Get economy rolling. Yep. Maybe not exactly how we mentioned doing that, just by getting gifted a few, but it definitely counts. Problem is they've also given Strebber, who does have armor bought in early in this round, an AK with that 5.7. He's got his secondary, but still they push forward.
Why are they still in the T-steps area at this point in the round? It's so
why
crazy
not if they're going to do that?
But I know, but like it's really unconventional. The fact you're not contesting anything on the map, you're just waiting for CTs to push you, right?
Specifically, once you know that it is an eco round, you should be able to take the map control and have the confidence to do it. Now they missed throw a Molotov. Zero's got to go through, and the 2 of them have to wait. So even now they want to push. They could have thrown that a little bit deeper. Yeah, and even Lakataz saying that was not exactly the best play. But again, you're right. Fortunately, in this situation, it's worked out that they get another pick from it, and now they're going to push Ely, who's in the corner. We'll see if they check this, because, yes, he's got the pistol, but if he plays it right, it could work out. Haku spots it on the second attempt, and Ely is still completely blind, had no answer. Flank coming, flank shut down. Gavin's definitely grateful for the auto sniper he picked up.
So let's have a look at the CT economy. It's actually going to still be awful. They're going to have to double eco this one. I think they force-bought a little bit too much there. And this is getting them in a difficult situation. Obviously, they're much more skilled and they're playing much better than them. But the rounds they are losing are very silly mistakes, maybe being a little bit too arrogant. I don't really like to use that word too often. But when you're picking up 3 sniper rifles and just kind of messing around a little bit, when you're about to lose 4 rounds in a row, I think, no, 3 in a row, you've got to question whether that's a good idea for them. But they pick up a P90, some pistols, and the T's again is holding back.
Main line. I was about to say, he's done it before with a Deagle. See if he can do it again. He's collected the first, but now he gets the inconsistency of the Deagle. Can't move quite that much in CSGO. As Haku will hit down Justin, the kills do come back to favor the terrorists. And like you said, potentially the 4th round. As Haku wants to try and push forward with the rest of his teammates. Strebber's managed to pick up 1 to make it a little bit more interesting. Strebber actually now with 2. So the flank is a true possibility, because look what they've picked up on their way. An AK with armor as well as that auto sniper. And it's going to be Strebber, but it's not enough. He's picked up the hat trick. Ely not able to do much about Lakataz. And Haiku closing it.
Yeah, I was going to say from DOISE, that was a little bit sloppy not having anyone watch the flank whatsoever, allowing the CTs to push up and get the auto sniper and the AK. Fortunately for them, they managed to close it out in the frag situation. You can see them getting completely locked down there. That's the kills are completely made it fall apart there. But here we go, the 4th round on the board for DOISE. And it's going to be yet another eco for Method. I say eco, it's actually a 4 spy. So they're getting themselves in a very dangerous situation now. The economy on CT is very hard to manage, and it looks like DOISE are starting to find some confidence and pushing up a little bit more aggressive.
Keep in mind, they've got to switch over to the terrorist side. So there's still, they still have to show up on that side. If they give this much away, sure, if they give up 1 or 2 rounds, not that big of a deal. But if they start to give up, like you're saying, this 5th round potentially on the anti-eco, a 6th round, they only collect something like, 9 or 8 round CT.
Yeah. They were 6-1 up at one point.
Exactly.
And now this is kind of falling apart for them. On another force buy here. And if DOISE keep playing the slow play they have been, they could actually get back into this quite easily.
Strubber again down middle. They're getting stubborn at this point. Method are. He does pick up one with the pistol, which works out, and Mainline's going to push through. A flash from his teammate on that smoke at the bottom of Banana. Ely now contributing. And again, they'll pick up rifles. This time, Gavin left in a 1-on-3, so it actually does favor Method more than the other 2 previous rounds on the save. Gavin, can he pull this off? He's isolated Justin, but not yet spotted up exactly where Silent wants to play from. And Silent has the op. So if he can protect the bomb, which is down at top mid with that op, decent chance, and Justin going to be cheeky. Let him pass through Boiler, but protect it so he can't come out the back of it. Completely limits his options. Silent could be weary that he might have gone toward apartment, but he's got to be where he's right in front of him, and it just gets around the corner before he spots him up, and now he's giving the information to his teammates. So Justin, while they're dueling, should be able to walk out and very easily get that shot in the back. 7-4 now. Good recovery from Method, and a little more serious tone to it that time.
Yeah, that was a little bit interesting. The fact that DOISE have been so well at holding these aggressive pushes off, and as soon as it goes to the pistols, they find trouble again, and they saw an AWP player locked into the underpass area, but just having a look at the frag situation now. Why don't you break this down for us? Oh,
well, it's basically just a more detailed graph of comparison of exactly what you would see in the overlay anyway. So the kills, deaths, and assists, but by putting it into the color perspective, green's obviously kills, makes it instantly identifiable about who your top fragger is. In this case, it's Strubber. Nice shot there by Mainline, though. Initial nade did all the damage, so Mainline doesn't have to hit the headshot. Needs to be careful, though, because Zero's taking him. Silent almost get caught off guard because he was looking for the player to the right. The player to the left was almost in his crosshair before he took the shot. Second one's even more pretty, though, as he takes down Haku, but Lakataz. Okay, well, this is interesting now because Justin's rotated fast enough, so there's still a player at B.
Look how good this is from Justin. He's got himself in such a great position. That smoke going down and pushing through at the perfect time. He gets that kill. He had no chance to actually kill him whatsoever. Absolutely perfect stuff from Justin. And now Teddy does respond back, but it's going to be a 2-on-1, and we've seen so many of these so far in this series.
And the nade also does a bit of early damage, so even though he may have taken down Justin, he's made his job, or rather his teammates' jobs, just a little bit easier in the shotgun. From range, headshot, they double back up 8-4.
Yeah, so Method have bounced back here. It was looking a little bit dangerous for them when we were at the 6-4 sort of point. But that eco round they won, or the force buy, I should say, got them straight back into it. So looking a lot stronger now. But the auto shotgun from Ely, he's got a very good spawn as well. It'll be interesting to see where he decides to take that. That's been a gun that's been used quite a lot this evening. And DOISE going for a PT-50 buy. But here we go. I think Ely's going to be opening up the fragging now. He could find a lot of players here as well.
Again, they go for this double aggressive banana play. So this is default for them from Method. And that shotgun's in the perfect position to do damage early, and it catches Gavin. I'm surprised Gavin couldn't respond. And now Ely, okay, bailed out potentially because he's low HP, but still had the angle on the stairs. So Teddy gets caught by Strubber, who just takes the invitation to join in on the raiding at mid.
As soon as I saw there was no armor on those players, you just knew they were done for. Just minced me for them. You can see, look at this play. Just line up for him perfectly. That's the best place you can hope for, a line up an auto shotgun. I think that's going to be one of our clips tonight. That's great stuff from them. But here we go then, going into the 14th round. We can see a full buy finally from the terrorists. They've been stuck for money for the last couple of them, and they actually have enough nades to play with.
I'm also interested because it's not common that we see an A4 anymore, but Silent's still using one.
I think it's still viable.
Oh, 100%. I mean, more ammunition in the magazine. I think there's definitely a case for it, but DOISE is actually looking all right. Man, Method, just relentless. They go right back to this aggression. Oh, missed throw on the gun, mistimed. So Silent getting rid of that M4A4 to elect for what was on the ground in front of him. It's still a 2-on-1, and they still know exactly where Lakataz is playing from, but this does give Lakataz a bit of a chance if he can divide them and even catch one player off guard. The map is his to control because the bomb this time isn't dropped in the favor of the CTs.
Yeah, yet of a 2-on-1 situation. Sorry, you can see Lakataz is going to be your man. He's got the bomb as usual, but the CT's being a lot more aggressive this time. They're just trying to push every single angle. But
this might work though. That smoke went out, and Lakataz actually managed just to sneak through it. If he gets around behind the cart, he won't get spotted by Ely, and that's exactly what happened. He may have come out of the apartment, But Lakataz is there, so now, thank you very much for the bomb plant.
Yep.
He'll be able to get post plant out of this too. Now they realize they definitely have, because Justin's running up middle.
So he's got the AK this time. If he's got enough time to get a decent position as well, it's a good strike. And this kill will be very important. Won't be able to get it. The auto shotgun prevails once again. And there's another clutch situation going in the hands of Method. This is a problem with DOISE. They seem to get, oh, not again.
Just like the last game.
Is this just a mirror game?
Just mirroring all the time. Just.
Okay, interesting.
I told you Silent was watching the last game.
Yeah. Well, this is the whole thing. Like, why is there so many team kills and auto shotguns tonight? Seems to be a theme for the evening. Maybe there's a special prize you can get the most auto shotgun kills. But Justin, gotta keep
That's a boot in the ass by Gaben for being bad-mannered. That's what the special prize is.
Well, okay then. So the final round comes in. You can see a very distinct lack of utility for DOISE. We haven't seen much for them in terms of actual executions. They're not getting control at any points on the map. They're getting shut down with pushes every single time. And they're just relying on holding back and hoping Method make a mistake. But you can see they may be a little bit more aggressive here. They are not sitting by T-step necessarily. They're waiting for the push. But here we go then. What's going to happen?
What's going to happen is Method are going to pick up 3 to open things off.
Same as usual.
And hey, same fashion too, right? I mean, just straight down middle, relentless. Again, his main line waits for that initial deployment of the fire to isolate, and then we'll push forward more. He's actually got player on either side, but Strebber's found 0 to allow him on focusing on Teddy, who picked up the only kill for his team in that round, and it wraps up with 11-4 for Method on the first half.
Yeah, like I said before, when it got to the 6-4 stage and they got 3 in a row for DOISE, it looked like they broke the economy of the CTs, but they got a little bit too complacent. They allowed them to push them yet again with PC50s and 5.7s, lost that round, and then again it fell apart from that point. It allowed them to get 5 in a row, as you can see on your screens there. But yeah, ultimately Method just playing very aggressive, not allowing the T's to actually play their game. They're sitting in T steps most of the time, trying to hold off the pushes so much. It's difficult when a team is so much better than you in terms of fragging. They can allow themselves to do that. But the thing is, the CTs weren't even pushing with any utility. They were just pushing down with Banana, not even with smoke. Most teams will smoke that off just so you take away the T vision and then wait for them to push after that. They had the audacity just to run down there and just take the gunfight every single time without anything. But here we go then, a new half. We can see it's going to be Method this time on the T side. They're going for 4 sets of armor. They're going to get any utility with that. Justin's still contemplating what he's going to buy, but maybe a little bit of a slow around here. He hasn't actually bought anything. He's got the Desert Eagle, in fact, so that's going to be interesting to see how that one goes down.
Play into Banana. 4 players already pushing forward. 1 just waiting for the flank. That's Justin, but it's Ely in already through the doorway. And 2 kills go the way of Method. The first did go to Lakataz, but the response was swift. Teddy, though, dropping the bomb carrier in mainline does definitely hinder Method's position and chances in the round, because so far only 1 of the 3 players that initially entered on B has survived. But Justin, are we going to see another? Oh, he missed the chance. He's got to get directly behind, lines it up, and he actually goes for the left click, excuse me, not the right click, just to make it a little bit worse. But that allows Silent to catch Teddy, who initially thought that the player might not have been there, and look at how much the round transforms after that.
Why is there so many knife kills tonight as well? It's been crazy.
I don't like you, says Gavin.
That was nice play from him. I was going to say, I was looking at the minimap there. I was going to say, there's a great crossfire opportunity here. He's lurked it perfectly.
See, right there, I thought he was going to whiff. If he had taken like 1 more step to his right, he was exposed.
Yeah, but there we go. Good stuff from Method. Got into the bomb site very quickly. Frags exchange. Bomb did go down. Looked like they actually were going to have some contention there for the bomb, but Justin answers back with a knife kill, of course. Why not? And here we go then. A full armor buy from the CTs.
Good movement from Ely. Dodging that nade, getting very, very quick toward bench. And around the corner already, because they aren't even set up. Just so quick, but he wasn't ready for that. Didn't expect Teddy to still be on Speedway. Silent will collect 0 regardless, and now Teddy's trapped. But Teddy's going to fight himself out of it, unbelievably, as he sprays down 2. Sorry, Method. The bomb should be down. It's going to head over toward A. 3 players. Well, I shouldn't say at B. There's 2 inside CT spawn, but 1 more in B.
Yeah, the thing is, Justin was actually AFK in spawn with the bomb there. So that's actually worked out pretty nicely for them. He wasn't part of that gunfight, and now got themselves onto the A bomb. So now CT's rotating pretty quickly. First frag coming into them. The bomb will go down pretty cleanly here as well.
Just an additional Molotov inside of library to make sure they can't push through, but Gavin's not in that position. He's in fact, already hot on their heels. Boiler Boreway. I thought he might go for the flank through apartments. Instead, he'll wait for the company of his teammate, Lakataz, who's slowly but surely making his way in. And the spray comes out. They want to just anticipate the arrival. Look for that angle early, so it may not be Strebber to find, but it is Justin to wait. And that's going to give them the round. 13 now for Method.
So Teddy stepping up there, 3 kills for him on the pistol, but it wasn't going to be enough. That, like I said, this is, well, let's have a quick look at how Teddy did this one. We didn't see his perspective before. 2 great 5-7 kills there, but it's always disappointing when it leads to nothing. Like I said, the bomb being AFK and spawn actually worked quite nicely for them. He wasn't anything to do with the gunfights. He managed to just come back into the game.
We're doing it again.
You guys are dead at B. I'll just run away then and get the bomb down and go around. So there we go. Full insane alpha DOISE. Really aggressive round.
Well, it's going to be an aggressive round again for Ely. So we started it with a similar push toward mid from his side. This time they push onto him, and through he goes. Look for the ace. They're going to let him get it. I know they will at this case. The way this game's unfolding, they may not actually, because they're going toward B and don't actually know where the last player is. So they potentially could have found him first, but Ely still has a chance at this.
So Gavin's going to be the last man remaining. Another AFK in spawn, it looks like.
He's not quite in spawn, actually. He's waiting at the stairs.
Oh,
He wants the knife. Justin's spot. Justin doesn't. He must have been AFK because he came up and didn't see him go directly in front of him just before that. So he was AFK. You were right, but it wasn't quite spawn either way. It's going to be 14. No ace for Ely. I really wanted him to get that. I really did.
You wanted the Mac 10 ace. Unspoken pleasures there. But here we go. The final, potentially the final round going into this, get them on match point. We can see a full buy finally coming in from the CTs. They've got, actually I said they've got 1 kit, 3 smokes, not really enough to play with. To be aggressive, you want to have the incendiaries to kind of lock the T's out, but it looks like they're going to go very aggressive round. Ely running up again with this Mac 10.
And similar results.
Teddy getting taken down there, disappointing for him. It looks like a banana split coming up in the terrace as well.
They're so tasty. I want one of those.
Not one like this, you don't.
Lakataz falling down, bomb carrier down, and still good health and good position, but Justin knows his position. Justin, how does he win that duel? The initial headshot landed against him, and yet he manages to duck in behind the edge of the wall, and the adjustment not made. So Lakataz goes down, but it's left to Gavin. 1 HP for Justin if he can find him first, or Ely on 20. Could be probable, but silent is the bigger concern. So it is Justin found, 1 HP. It may be Ely as well, because he'll have heard him go into that corner. In fact, just pre-fire it in case. That Molotov in hand and waiting. What is Ely doing? He takes some damage from his teammate, so there it is, down to the one-on-one. Tries to go for the suicide. I like it, the Marty Dom play.
Interesting.
Now the flashing will come over, and we'll see it from both. Well, we initially saw 2 of silent. You can't really morph into 2, so it still stays as a one-on-one. Let's not be confused here. As Gavin tries to bait it out, though. And he's got the nade. He'll bounce that correctly. Right angle, does more damage. Now he pushes, but where's he gone? It's a magic trick because Gavin, he can't find him and therefore knows the time is up. He just allows himself to get taken down.
Oh, that suicide play, though. I haven't seen one of those in a while.
That is completely clever. I love that his teammate did more damage to him. He's like, oh, you're going to do it? All right. Let me shoot you once first.
Great stuff. And we go into potentially the last round, the crescendo of this series, as we see a really desperate buy coming in now for DOISE. Mag 7s, 5.7s, Famuses, shotguns. Similar to what we saw last half, but no auto shotgun this time. It's going to be the Nova coming into play, and you have to think they just need to push down Banana and hope for the best here.
The good news is in chat I'm seeing DOISE actually be fairly good spirited about the situation of this. I mean, they know that.
Really.
Well, exactly. They know what they're up against. I mean, Method, again, is among that. I would put them as well in that Tier 2 group of North America right now, so things looking good for them to wrap it up. Potentially 16-4 here as it comes down to Gavin and Haku. And I knew that was coming. Strevor just says, bye-bye, mainline. No one likes you. I like mainline.
You're the only one.
Well, that's fine. We're all what each other need. So bomb does get planted. Gavin's going to actually get Justin, so maybe too soon to kill your teammate because get another round out of this. Op does connect eventually on Haku, and he needs to look for the last remaining player. It's Strevor. Already found him and another misthrown nade. That's also a trend we've seen tonight. Many trends throughout these 2 games. Another ring around the rosy. There it is. Tech 9 to close it. 16-4, 16-0. It's definitely been a one-sided night, but not so. I mean, look at the competition that's in this. To be fair to the teams that have qualified, good for them for getting here, some exposure for them. Things are happening as they should.
That's what it's all about. Like these qualifiers, even when you have lower teams here, you have a chance to play against these teams, see what areas they need to work on. I think they can probably, although you get a massive scoreline now, I think they can learn a lot from that particularly.
And to go back to something that didn't happen tonight, but on the online. I keep saying online as if we're at LAN now. In the previous section of the bracket, which was also online, as we are now too, not to confuse anyone, someone was posting on Reddit saying that my team got to play against, I can't remember who they said. They may have said was either Lunatic or Method. Anyway, there's a post basically saying like it was really cool, and that someone was like, it was really cool to get beat by them to see how much more we actually don't know, because they don't get a chance to play these teams very often as well. Even in scrim circles in North America, I mean, there's a separation. Obviously, you play within your tier. And someone was like, what was the score? He's like, 16-1. It was the best loss of my life. Because, like, you do learn from this, right?
Well,
so these lower teams can absolutely pick up on this.
They can go back and watch the demos and see what happened, what went wrong, how they could have stopped certain things happening. And that's how teams get better. You don't learn by winning all the time and beating people. You learn by playing people who are better than you. And that goes for all sports and all games. You get better by losing and learning from it.
Yeah, and it's good that they were, like I said, good-spirited about it. Because if they took it a little bit personal, that there was some... I think Method was just having fun. It's not bad-mannered in their eyes, but some people could look at it that way. But if they get a little bit salty about that, then the whole experience just gets ruined, because then they don't even want to watch the demo. They're just bitter about it. So it's good that they were good-spirited in that last game.
Yeah, the thing is about Method, they were pushing pretty much every round, and although you can say that's not a very viable
it's hard to learn from.
It is hard to learn from, but they did react to it. They started holding T-spawn, but as I pointed out, it's when you're a T-spawn, when it's like a 3-on-3 and you haven't moved out of T-spawn yet, you've got to think, all right, we're probably playing this map a little bit wrong. But let's take a look at the scoreboard then. Who really lit it up for DOISE? Let's start with them. We can see that Best Moose, your guy, was leading the frag in there.
I'm so proud of him for having that name.
Best Moose in Canada.
Uh-huh.
That's an interesting name.
Although when you actually look at it, he had 18 deaths and 2 kills. So you have to look carefully at it. The second column is actually where that applies. And here's the leader match MVP. Ely, 27 kills, headshots, 14 of them. Now, the graphs beside, as you can see, there is a Keller Legend over to the right. Those are the other players and how he compares. In deaths, comparatively, obviously, ahead of the counter-terrorists, the opposition. They won the game quite convincingly. But even compared to his team, he's on a good page there. A little bit higher than two of the individual players there. But that's a direct comparison grafting paper. No, we're done here. Stop. This is where you bail me out.
I don't think I can. I think you're stuck there with that.
All right, so you're just like Moses. No, the good news is you have much better hair than Moses.
That is almost offensive. I hope just by having some, I would be better at beating him, but there we go.
I like how you weren't defending him. You were still worried about you in that situation. Damn. Well, either way, it was a pretty solid night of matches. I heard something in my ear from my producer, but I didn't catch it.
We're going to the Vulcan section.
Oh, we are going to the Vulcan section. I did want to see this because I want to see if I beat you. Bring it on. Let's do it.
I definitely beat you.
No, you didn't. No. So this is you because you had $4. I had $3 remaining.
So where did I end up?
Well, right now we're still looking at – you'd have to go – I don't know if it's going to be fully updated, but if you go into the fantasy tab and look at the live results – oh, wait. We actually are. Where are the results now? How can I not know? Either way, this was the team you had. Silent had a solid evening. Strebber as well. We knew that was going to happen.
Best Moose as well.
You had Best Moose, so you did have the best off-chance player.
Yeah, there we go. I knew it was
But he only had 2 kills in that second game.
Don't worry about that.
All right, fine. He could actually, you can actually technically, with that score, give you a negative score. It would be very unlikely to get a negative score the way the points are distributed, including assists, etc.
Sure.
Okay, so there's our season averages. But, this is, I think I got you beat because you only had 2 players right now from Method. I had 3.
Well, you had the advantage of actually knowing what you were talking about to some degree, right?
Excuses.
So me not knowing anything about these teams was pretty difficult to do anything with it. But there we go. I'm pretty sure you won. But
we'll look when they officially update because obviously they're still processing the stats from the last games. Once those go live, we'll see the pool. But I mean, yeah, I had Mainline as well, who had a pretty lights out game with that initial 4K to start things off on the first map. Not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
Not too shabby.
But is this your team now?
This is my team. This is the winning team.
Yeah, you definitely are the winning team. Just looking, I've learned a lot from tonight. I after watching these games, I can take a lot from this. Going forward, I'll have a lot more information. I can see who you've picked and how it's actually worked in your favor.
There was improvement to be made, though. I still don't think I was near the top because, again, I didn't take Kiko, and Kiko had a really good night.
That's true.
Abe was my shot caller. He wasn't like... He was good. He was up there, but in the second map of their particular match, he was a little bit more quiet. I think having Davey, Kiko, and in that match, Ari was there, but yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, even Jason R. I think Jason R. had a good night. If you look back at the stats, I'd have to think.
Great rounds.
Yeah,
big
so there was definitely room for improvement in the other match. And Justin as well was good value, which left room. I think there was actually probably one player swap you could have done the second match that would have been better just looking at that. But we'll see the results. Again, you guys can head over to Vulcan, participate in that, beat us at it. beat him at it.
You definitely beat me.
Yeah, in the North American
Christ.
segment at least. Yeah. Once we get to Europe, we're all in trouble. Henry
Yeah.
G is going to dominate it. But yeah, no, head over to Vulcan and join in the action. Click down below the channel. There'll be a section that you can link over. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000 and beat Henry.
Is
in
that
awesome
the objective
fantasy.
of everyone's?
Yes.
Henry.
If you don't beat Henry, I will be disappointed.
Oh, I will as well.
Look how early we are wrapping up.
Yeah, early. 5 in the morning is pretty early stuff. But
I'm ready to go for dinner, like breakfast. What time of day is it?
let's go get some pancakes.
It's actually a great idea. I don't think anywhere's going to be open to get pancakes right now, though.
It's fine.
I'll eat them in my head.
Well, what's the closing thoughts for you
They're
tonight?
still in a good spot. They line it up. He's going to manage to take down 2. Haku and Lakataz both gone. He spots up 0. Hat trick for him.
Face again. Players getting taken down left, right, and centre there. You can see the kills coming in. And right now, it's just a picking game. They're either doing a set piece, execute onto B bombsite, or they're working together on the long area and just getting kill for kill. See that? They actually put 4 players inside that bombsite, 1 lurking as well.
The issue is they're all in there, but look at the positioning of them.
There's no synergy, right?
Well,
Back into now. But the frags are just not going in
there's
the way.
Teddy,
That's the
though.
man.
There's Teddy, as you called. So that pulls the bomb back up out of place. So Teddy has a real chance here. They haven't actually done much about him, but he's the only one that's alive still. Gavin's still up as well. As Justin just has to delay this a little bit longer. First kill goes his way. There's a kid on Gavin. Smoke out in front, and he's going to try and get on it, but Justin's timed it perfectly. Now the rotation comes over. So the stack was clever. It was a change-up. They tried to get aggressive with those bathrooms, which I mentioned was an issue.
That crossfire there.
Straightforward. It's going to be more to play for and a lot closer games. And again, there's only one player or one team that goes through from these qualifiers. So we're banana first, and they're going to actually pitch. This is perfect. Method's already down middle, so they're trapped. Never mind map control. It's a sheer fight because it's going to be Silent, who's just stabbing them in the back. Turn around because you're literally going to get stabbed in the back. Silent's already there. He may not have gotten any of those kills. Ely actually picked them up.
Coming to hunt them like Wolves said.
Oh, good nade. That puts out a ton of damage.
Back and find some sort of frags here. All of a sudden, this round becomes competitive.
And the nade, this might actually close it off. The nade does. Gavin lands a touchdown. So this is default for them from Method. And that shotgun's in the perfect position to do damage early, and it catches Gavin. I'm surprised Gavin couldn't respond. He has survived. But Justin, are we going to see another? Oh, he missed the chance. He's got to get directly behind, lines it up, and he actually goes for the right, the left click, excuse me, not the right click, just to make it a little bit worse. But allows Silent to catch Teddy, who initially thought that player might not have been there, and look at how much the round transforms after.